everybody. Basically this is my update. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm on 2 lots of 150 milligrams of Pregabalin now. Gone up from there. So it's about 300 milligrams a day. It's making me feel okay. I'd sort of still have the odd panic attack. It's a panic attack, but it's not as bad as it as they used to be. I sort of just get a wave of anxiety usually, like again when it's to do with food. If I sort of eat and then sort of someone's like, right, can you go and go out for me? And I'm just like, oh my god, I've just eaten. I don't want to go out. And then when I go out and I'm like, oh god, I feel awful. But it's sort of still that phobia, I suppose, of what I was talking about last time. And there was a couple of things I wanted to talk about actually this time. One of them, I had a comment, I'm not going to say who, I had a comment of somebody sort of just saying, oh, you need to chill out, you need to just go out and have a drink, life's too short. I'm like, yeah, that's very true. Yeah, life is too short, but this isn't a lifestyle choice. Anxiety and depression is an illness, just like any other illness. There are illnesses around that stop people from doing things that they possibly would like to do. I would love to just turn around and be like, life is too short, oh, I'll just go and have a drink and make it all better. But it's not like that. It's an illness, and I think some of you out there aren't aware of the fact that anxiety and depression is an illness. It's something that you just can't help. It's not a choice. It's an illness. And I just think, whoever that was that commented, I just think it was a really naive thing to say. I think you need to grow up, basically. What else was there that I wanted to talk about? And I've had a lot of comments back from people with sort of asking about Pregabalin, that they've started on Pregabalin and stuff, and it's really interesting because obviously I only sort of started with one person telling me about Pregabalin, which was what sparked me to have a go, because I've tried a lot of double SRI drugs in the past and none of them have worked. But I think the trick is with Pregabalin is to start off really slowly with doses, because I've also had somebody saying that they've had some really weird symptoms. I think if you start off with a too big a dose, I think you're going to more likely get side effects. So sort of start with, like I did, again being petite that I am, I started off with 2 lots of 25 milligrams, and I've slowly, literally really gradually gone up to 2 lots of 150 milligrams. Now I'm on 300, so we're sort of, me and my specialists are sort of seeing how that goes, and then we're sort of going to report back later on this month about it. Maybe try slow, smaller doses of it rather than sort of go head first into it. Just trying to think what else there was to talk about. Do you know what? It's one of those things like you just wish you'd you'd written down when you're like, oh yes, I know what I'm going to talk about in the next video, and then you write it down. But no, silly me, didn't write it down, and I'm just like, can't remember. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I've heard positive things about Pregabalin. I've heard it's really helped people's anxiety. I mean, oh yeah, CBT I was going to talk about. Typical NHS. I haven't really had, well, since I last spoke, I've had one appointment, but it was over the phone. And again, it's just practicing the whole turning the irrational to rational fears, and just slowly sort of doing things, gradually sort of maybe going out to have something to eat close by and then seeing how you feel, and sort of gradually sort of go out like that, and sort of ask yourself, have you sort of, with me it's my emetophobia, sort of like, so have you ever been sick when you've been out? And I'm just like, well no, not really. So just trying to turn those fears into irrational fears rather than rational fears rather than irrational fears. He thinks that group CBT is actually going to be more effective. He says that they've had a lot of positive results from people who've gone to group sessions rather than individual sessions. and in a way I'm quite looking forward to it. They've postponed it, again, typical NHS. It was going to be on the 3rd of June, but now it's on the 17th of June. That there's going to be a group session, and again, I'm quite looking forward to it because, you know, I'm going to be talking to other people who have the same irrational fears and, you know, have the anxiety, and yeah, just talking to people and sort of finding people that, I mean, my friends have been outstanding. They've been so supportive, but you know, unless you've sort of been in that person's shoes, you don't really understand. And it will be quite nice to meet a group of people who have been in the same situation as I have been. So I'm quite looking forward to that. I'm quite looking forward to reporting back on it, actually, because again, like I've said, I've heard it's a really positive, really successful group therapy. So I'll definitely post back how that goes. Don't know what else there is to talk about. Again, I mean, sorry if I sort of have late replies and stuff. But I mean, if you know, want to message me, email me with any concerns or worries, or you know, you're feeling crap and you want to talk to somebody, just give me a message, you know, direct message or whatever on here, and I'll be happy to help. I'll help if, you know, I can, you know, because obviously if you look back at my older videos, you'll see I was in a complete mess. So I mean, I've come so far. Again, I'm still not 100%. You know, I'm not saying the Pregabalin is a miracle drug. It's going to cure all your problems, but it's a step in the right direction. So, you know, don't hesitate to sort of send me a message, and I will try my very best to reply back as soon as possible and help you out in any way I can. So, yeah, I think that's it for today. If you want to subscribe to my page and follow my journey, just do it. And it's going to be a nice weekend, so no excuse to sort of go and sit out in the garden and get some vitamin D. Very good for the serotonin levels, so that's what I'm going to do. So I hope you all have a lovely weekend, and I shall speak to you soon. Okay, take care, bye!